Hello? All right, now my microphone is on. All right, so all right. Um, so for those that don't know what I talked about, I will repeat this, and what I'm repeating is basically um, this story here. So good, you didn't hear me mispronounce this guy's name. Follow this guy; he's got some awesome content. Scarlett Johansson is in the midst of a. We can't go 10 minutes without talking about AI. Can't go 30 seconds without talking about generative AI. And we can't go a week without either a major announcement or a major controversy. And apparently, Scarlett Johansson is now embroiled in a major controversy because no fault of her own is that it looks like, again, not a lawyer, so I don't know what the full story is. There's clearly a lot more going on than I am privy to, right? And this Um, he basically reached out to her in September to use her voice for the new system they were developing, which we can assume is 4.0. Um, he thought that using her voice would make it more, appealing to creators and consumers and help bridge the gap and make AI less scary. Um, she said no. And then when they announced it publicly, a lot of people said, "Hey, yeah, that voice sounds familiar." I was like, "That voice sounds like really good." And I'm like, I didn't pick out Scarlett Johansson, but I was like, it sounds familiar. Like I heard this before. Um, it's interesting, and the optics are just really bad. And I have to wonder, like, what is going on? And this I think is a real cautionary tale because one, if they can deep fake her voice, which is effectively what they've done, allegedly, or what she's accusing them of. Let me make sure I don't anger any lawyers. Had enough interaction with lawyers the last 15 months. Um, it's not looking good. The optics are terrible, right? So the fact that OpenAI reached out like a couple of days before the demo and said, "Hey, can you reconsider?" is not great optics. It's actually pretty terrible optics. And I would say that this is not bode well for. I don't know. There's definitely a lot going on behind the closed doors, and I think that's a big problem. Is that this is a non was originally set up as a nonprofit to be open and transparent, and this does not smell like open and transparent. If you go to Linus's post or Linus's post, again, sorry if I mispronounce it, um, it's not a good look, and there's a whole lot going on. It's just wild the time we live in, right? Like whether it's the innovation, whether there's the controversy around innovation. I mean, OpenAI is going to be controversial no matter what because there was a lot of real concerns about what's going to happen here. But there's also this could have been avoided, right? There's plenty of other characteristics of voices that would be friendly. I don't know. Like it just seems like they are big enough where they can do kind of whatever they want. And if they can do this to a big celebrity like Scarlett Johansson, what chance does the average person have? And um, that is truly scary. Got some feedback that my music video, that my music AI creation video did not get streamed, the audio, which is kind of ironic. But let's take a look. Let's see if we can share it now. I will keep my eye on that volume gauge because that's kind of important. And I have a few minutes to go, but so here are a number of songs. So let's see if we can hear this. This is a blues song, 1940s era blues jazz type thing. We're singing about Paul Atreides of Aragon, Arakeen. Sorry, not Aragon. That's another story. Let's see if the sound comes through. No, let's try this again. Stop sharing. Speaking of controversial things, also share tab audio. Click yes. All right, now it's showing that. Let's give it a shot.
greatest leader we've ever seen. They say that he's a listener guide. Eyes
Not
bright
that
blue
early.
and Paul Atreides of Arakim, the greatest leader we've ever seen. They say that he's a listener guide. Eyes bright blue and hair jet black. You should see him ride on a sandworm's back. Lead us to victory, Yusumu ID. Oh, we love you, Paul Atreides.
So this was actually remixed from another song where they had this as a Broadway musical soundtrack, which was pretty weird. So if you watch the podcast, you know Andy and I are big fans of the Expanse series. So here's my little tribute song to the Rocinante.
Sailing through the stars on Rocinante's mighty wings, a guardian of the void, where the silence always sings. Fighting through the dark, sailing through the stars.
So that is just an example. And if you look at the prompt, here's the prompt: a song about a space warship named the Rocinante, pop arena rock hair band, and it definitely had those hair band vibes. So the amazing things about Udio is that you could just say, make a song. Let's see if we'll do a random melodic. Let's make it melodic dubstep. So a song about the simplicity of picnics in the park. Um, let's see. We'll give it club, dance pop, Euro pop. All right. So I have the option here of making this just instrumental, the option of making this custom with my own custom lyrics, or I can just have AI do everything. All right, so let's have the AI do everything. And we just wait a minute or two. Literally takes somewhere between 90 to 100 to 2 minutes, 90 seconds to 2 minutes. And I signed up for the One Level Up program. I think I've generated a couple of hundred songs, like no joke. Including ones that are inspired very much by Frank Sinatra. So if you go to franksworld.tv, one of the things is Robo Sinatra. I also have the Lady Jessica and the Benny Gesserit Orchestra playing that song you heard earlier. And yes, I know I spelled it wrong, but I was trying to go. Was it Benny Goodman? Wasn't there like an old big band thing? Was the Benny something orchestra? So I figured I'd play off that. But it's just amazing what's possible with AI. Now, while that cooks, let me turn that off. I think it's fascinating how good this is. Now, if you type in the name of an artist that is recognized, I had to try to generate a couple of Wu-Tang Clan songs about neural networks. It does flag it, and it actually will replace Wu-Tang with hip hop and things like that, and underground hip hop, 90s, that sort of thing. So it does do that. It is trying to avoid legal controversy in as much as you can with generative AI. So it's fascinating. Who knows what OpenAI would do in this situation? As of now, to my knowledge, they don't have any public APIs that generate music. But it's just, we live in very interesting and very strange times. That's for sure. All right. So while this is generating, you'll see that. All right. So I'm going to show my published songs. So I have a couple of things here. This was an interesting one, including the theme song. If you listen to the live stream where it says, the Frank's World, intro there, that was all AI generated. All right. So let's listen to this.
Just scan the crowd now. Algorithms move. Watch it learn and groove.
So that has kind of a bit of a Kylie Minogue ish type of Kathy Dennis type vibe. you'll see what I said. A song about sentient marketing using AI to better react to customers, catchy Europop, dance Europop. And this is kind of what it added in terms of when it came through that. And it does combine that kind of that new wave thing, a bit of a Gwen Stefani type vibe too. Her album where she paid homage to the 80s. I think it was the Sweet Escape album. But it's fascinating to see that how far this has come. I mean, it's kind of alarming, actually. I mean, just a few weeks, just a couple months ago, this was very primitive. And then here we go. So here is one of the songs that we generated here live. Let's listen to it. Sunny Day. This is like the dubstep version of the Sesame Street theme song, which now I have an idea what to prompt it. Let's try this one. No, we tried that one. It's this one we didn't do. Oh, they're both that's weird. Nope. Let's listen to this one then. So think about this, like literally here on the stream, and I was able to make those two songs, and those both sounds like things you would hear at a club or in Ibiza, right? Or Ibiza, depending on where you are in the world. Mind-boggling. So, I had this grand plan. I was going to set up a digital audio workstation and kind of start getting back into music production because I used to do that a long time ago as a hobby. But wow, like I don't need to. Right? And it's something that even industry people, not just in music, and Tyler Perry was going to, I think, drop $800 million on an expansion to his studios. And he put it on pause because he may not have to. I mean, if you look at Frank's World TV, I did create a couple of music videos to go along with two of the songs, right? The Hank Williams one, which Hank Williams singing about data engineering, which again, kind of weird. Go to franksworld.tv. And I had a AI generated still image, and I used Pika to generate the guy type in at a computer. And then I did another tool called Catalyst, which created this whole kind of scene. Amazing. I was able to do this at night after the kids went to bed at my kitchen table. The creative arts are about to be seriously disrupted. And there's no other way to put it, right? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I think we're going to find out. But again, I think that the importance of ethical and openness in AI, not open AI. Again, certain irony about that name, isn't there? So I'm Frank Lavinia, and I'm going to end the stream, and I will not play the usual outro graphic. I'll play the new one with the Frank's World theme song, just in case you missed that on the way in. You can check it out, and it was generated with using AI.
Lighting up here, feeds electric